Hi guys, thank you so much for hopping on. I'm actually live both on Instagram and Facebook right now, and it's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. So I just wanted to do both because I have different people on different platforms, and I know that not everyone, but a lot of people struggle with the same thing, and I wanted to make sure that I got this out to everyone, all my followers on Facebook and Instagram. So I am on both right now, and it's really weird because I see myself in two places, but it's pretty cool. So I want to talk about anxiety because this is something that I really have struggled with for a long time, and I don't think that I always realized it, but anxiety is something I struggle with for sure. Depression also, but I feel like, to be 100% honest with you, my depression medications have done a lot more for me than they have my anxiety. So a lot of the things I do help with both, but really when it comes down to it, some things I do for depression, like my gratitude and things like that, but anxiety is one I struggle with a lot more because it's just, I don't feel like it's easy to just nail down and fix your anxiety, I want to say, or treat it or deal with it or whatever. So first things first, I just have a couple tips, but I also want to kind of go through this with you. I've just struggled with this forever, and like I said, I didn't really realize it. I get very irritated about stupid things, and I just get really stressed about everything, and I was always a perfectionist. And when I started my health journey, my mental health overall improved. However, it wasn't just that simple. So here are some tips I have for you guys for mental health, especially anxiety. But you guys, I don't say this because I'm in the health industry. I say this because it is one of the biggest things that changed my life. And to be 100% honest with you, the reason I'm in the health industry now is because that these things changed my life and helped my mental health so much that there's no way I would stop doing them. And I really want other people to be able to feel better and get through it like I did. And physical health has the biggest impact on my mental health, so there is no way that I can even think about not sharing this with people. So first of all, you guys, like I said, I don't say this because I'm in the health industry, but you have to treat your body right, you guys. Everything you eat, literally everything you eat, turns into your blood and turns into your body. Your body is not made up of anything but your food that you ate, and obviously all that stuff that happened 20 plus years ago, but literally the food you eat makes who you are. You literally are what you eat. So for so many, you need nutrients in your body because they make you who you are. I haven't learned a ton about gut health, but I do know that there are certain foods that you eat, mostly the processed food, because you guys, the processed food literally has sugar and chemicals and stuff in it to make you want more. And your gut health, the way your gut reacts to the foods you're eating has the biggest impact on how your brain works, which is kind of crazy, but it's so true. So you have to be eating healthier foods. You have to be getting nutrients. And it's not like I eat healthy all the time. I love Mexican food. I like margaritas. I love wine. I love chocolate. I love ice cream, and I eat that stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. However, I still get my nutrients in every single day because that's what helps me. One, with my energy. Energy is my biggest struggle, and I still struggle with it. That's why I get up super early in the morning to do my stuff, because I'm tired by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But you have to be eating foods that is literally going to put your brain in a better place mentally, and also to be able to focus on all that stuff. But what you eat will literally help your anxiety and depression, or it will make it worse. I'm not kidding you. Read about gut health. It's really incredible. But you guys, you have to be fueling your body, because your body literally, what you eat literally turns into your body. And that's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it, but it's so true. So you have to be fueling your body with the right foods. And I'm going to put on top of that exercise is huge. It is my routine to do it first thing in the morning now, which I love because it gives me endorphins for the day. Endorphins are the happy chemical in your brain. And so exercising literally releases those. It's literally the same chemical you get after sex and all these things. Endorphins are huge. So you do things to make yourself happy. Exercising is huge. Not to mention, if you do these things and you're in shape and you're getting more confidence, and those literally just help with your mental health altogether. Second thing I want to talk about, you guys all know you need to, I'm gonna preach that all day long. How you treat your body is how you treat your brain. And that's just the way there is. So second is figure out your triggers. So for me, I get really anxious if I'm late. So I always try to leave earlier than I need to. I get really bad anxiety when my house is messy, and I'm a messy person, so I'm always cleaning up after myself. But you guys, I organize my kitchen all of the time. My roommates, my boyfriend, I straight up told them, you guys, I need you to do your dishes when you're done eating, because I literally get anxiety about it. I literally won't be able to do anything until either you do that or I do that. So figure out what triggers you. And if if it's something that, if you live with people, a lot of times it has to do with it, that can trigger you. But figure out what it is, maybe write it down and talk to the people about it if it has to do with people, and it probably does. At least part of it. I know, I literally clean my house all the time, but I'm look, guys, if you can just help me out with my, cleaning up before you go to bed or whatever, it will literally make the world of a difference in my morning, because I get awful anxiety when I wake up to a dirty house. When I have to see dishes in my sink the first thing in the morning, it, literally, kills my whole energy. So I talked to my roommates about that. I talked to my boyfriend about that. And I'm look, you guys, it's not that hard. That's the one thing I'm asking you to do, is literally do your dishes. And so that probably sounds ridiculous to some of you guys, but if you have anxiety, you know that the ridiculous things are the most frustrating, because it's why am I even upset about this? It's dumb. But people don't understand that. So if I would have never talked about that, I would probably, I still have to deal with it. But I would really have to go deal with it 4,000 times more, because those people wouldn't realize how it affects me. And that's the thing, you guys, people don't always get it. Not everyone struggles with anxiety, so people who don't struggle with it might be you're kind of weird. But if they're, what do you mean? It stresses you out when there's dishes in the sink. But talk to them about it. Sit down, have a one-on-one conversation, be real and be honest and be open, and ask them to do simple things. I'm not saying you need to tell your roommate that they have to floor to ceiling clean your house every day, but simple things, literally all I want is your dishes in the dishwasher, and that's all I need. I can take care of the rest. So just talk about it, figure out what triggers you, and talk about it. The other thing that really I have very bad social anxiety, and really bad, I hate having a boss. I hate being told what to do. I hate listening to people. And you guys, I was in the food industry, so my job was literally to talk to people all day long, and in person, and listen to my boss. And you guys, that didn't work for me. I had to get out of the food industry, because my anxiety would have only been worse every single day that I go to that job. So if you have a job that you don't like one thing or the other, or there's something you can't do, and just get out, you guys. I can't stress that enough. And I know it might not sound that easy, but there are so many jobs in this whole entire world, and you do not need to be spending 40 plus hours a week doing something that stresses you out, that gives you anxiety. No, you are not going to love everything you do at work. No one loves every single part of their work. But if that is one of your main sources of anxiety, which mine genuinely was, when I had to go to work and I had to serve people and I had to deal with the bosses I hate, I literally got anxiety just thinking about going to work, and I worked 6 days a week. So that was very, very hard for me. So guess what I did? One day it was too much, and I walked out and I never looked back. And yeah, it's not always that easy. I nanny part-time now. I found something else. I do my business from home. But I'm never going back to the food industry. As much as I can make $30 an hour versus the $14 I make nannying, it is not worth it for my anxiety, because that carries over so much more than just at work. It carries over to the rest of my life. And then the third thing, you guys, is that I've done that's really helped me is taking care of my mind. And I talked about this before, I said with my gratitude, but more than that, you guys, listening to personal development has 100% changed my life in reading, but I don't always have time to read. So listening to personal development, whether you watch a 2-minute YouTube video that pumps you up in the morning, or you have a playlist on your phone that pumps you up in the morning and gets you really happy. I have an awesome playlist for my car that I just listen to and jam out when it's just me, and I love it. But I listen to books, I listen to podcasts, I do things that literally make my soul and my brain happy. And they're not like food. A lot of people are like, oh, I love food. And I'm like, okay, I love food too, but that's not what literally makes me happy. So treating my mind right. Literally reading things that put my mind into a positive place. I know some people think it's ridiculous that I read like self-help books, but I'm in a thousand better place than I was 3 years ago when I wasn't doing it. So I don't even care how silly it sounds. Yes, I read self-help books, but it helps me. It helps me so much stay on track with my anxiety and keep it to a minimum. And so that's really all I have. I just have those 3 tips, and they might seem simple, but it's so true. Like, I don't feel like people understand how much what you eat affects your brain, how much moving your body is good for your brain, how much the negative self-talk is bad for your brain, you guys. You have to get that negative self-talk out. And one of the best ways I'm going to tell you to do that is literally personal development, reading, listening to things that put your mind in a better place. Literally, like I said, you can listen to YouTube videos, but taking care of your mind and body and figuring out what triggers you and talking to people about it, and just working on eliminating the triggers, and maybe having a plan for like when it does happen. It's a lot of you guys probably have bigger triggers and dishes and stuff like that. Mine's just small and it's simple and it's dumb. Don't get me wrong, I get like anxious about other things too, but those are like my everyday things that I can work on and I can eliminate, and it's helped me immensely. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. If you watched, give me a heart so I know you watched. And if there's any tips or anything that you thought were great, go ahead and share this video so other people can know how to deal with their anxiety too. Thank you guys again, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.